this video, I'm going to do a basic circuit analysis. When I say basic, basically it's kind of a series circuit. So we have a power supply here. We have one resistor, we have another resistor, and then go back to common. Let's say this is E, this is R1, this is R2. And let's say if we want to solve something like this, we want to find the total current. The voltage drop for R1 and the voltage drop for R2. We also want to find the power for R1 and the power for R2. Also the total power. So let's get it started. So let's give it a value. So let's say E equal to 10 volts, R1 equal to, let's say 1K ohm, R2 also equal to, let's say 4K ohm. Since they are in series, so there's a current flow all the same. There's only one branch. So the total current if we use Ohm's law, I equals E over RT, where RT equals R1 plus R2, which gives us 1 k ohm plus 4 k ohm equals 5 k ohm. So I equal E over RT equals 10 volts over 5 k ohm, which will give us 2 milliamps. So that's the total current for the circuit. And if we want to find the voltage drop across R1, same thing, Ohm's law. We can use E, or I change the symbol to V. So V1 will equals I times R1 equals 2 milliamps times 1 kilo ohms equal 2 volts. V2 will equals I times R2 equals 2 milliamps times 4 kilo ohm equals 8 volts. For the power, P1 equals, we can use, there are different formulas, so we can use V1 times I. Also, we can also use V1 squared over R. There's also another formula, I squared times R1. So they all kind of works because there's the Ohm's law, I equal E over R. So we can replace either one since we have I, we have R. We also have the voltage across R1. So from here, if we replace the current with V over R, will give us V times V over R. So V1 times V1 over R. That will give us this formula. From here to here, if we replace V1 with I times R1 times I, that will give us I squared R. So when plugging the number, I'm just going to use the first one. So the V1 times V1 is 2 volts times the current, 2 milliamp. So that will give us 4 milliwatts. Same thing for P2. We can use V2 times I equals V2 squared over R2 equals I squared times R2, which will give us I'm going to just plug in the number for this. Flow V2 equal 8 volts times I is 2 milliamps, which is 16 milliwatts. So for the total power, there are also different ways to find it. So PT will equal P1 plus P2 equals 4 milliwatts plus 16 milliwatts, which is 20 milliwatts. We can also use PT equals E times IT equals 10 volts times 2 milliamps, give us 20 milliwatts. They're just different ways to calculate the total power. Now we find everything for the circuit, like the total current, the voltage drop for R1, voltage drop for R2, the power for R1, power for R2, total power. So this is how we solve the series circuit. So we usually find the total resistance first, then we find the total current, find the voltage drop for each component, then we can find the power for each component and then find the total power for the whole circuit. Okay, that's everything for this video. Thank you for watching.